There's the history and the culture of New Zealand. I mean, we have many. I mean, not that many, I guess, but more than a few decades of I guess negotiating the treaty. The treaty is a big thing. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Treaty of Waitangi. Unlike a lot of other colonial countries, New Zealand, in New Zealand, the British signed a treaty with the local indigenous people, with the Maori tribes, and so there's like the New Zealand was founded based on agreement. It wasn't founded on purely plunder and you know, just pure colonialism. I'm not talking about patriotism, Cody. I'm talking about law and norms. We need a trapdoor here. So the treaty explicitly recognizes the rights of the indigenous people here. And so some of the abuses is literally unconstitutional, right? And so you can take people to court if you've been, like, if the indigenous people are unlawfully deprived of their rights, they can take people to court. Wesley says, I hope I did this tunnel well enough for all the wiring. You probably did. Probably did. I think we're gonna need some trapdoors everywhere. And so, you know, just as the Second Amendment is such a huge problem in America because constitutionally people have to be allowed to have guns, which is kind of insane. Like here, people are constitutionally required to recognize the rights of the indigenous people. So it's not, so it, like, white supremacy is literally unconstitutional because the treaty says that they're all equal citizens protected by the crown. Hey, we're gonna have to extend this a bit because there's not enough room back here. I hope we don't flood everything. Alright, let's break that, see what happens. What did I used to have here? And it might seem kind of obscure, like I'm talking about constitutional law. But the constitution, like constitutional law, when it is widely applied over a long period of time, creates a certain set of norms and expectations. And the norms and expectations that we created, or our laws created, is the idea that people are to be treated equally. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Q says equal citizens, you say, isn't everyone born in a country an equal citizen? Why do they need extra explicit law? It's, well, because that's not always the case, Q. I mean, remember in the United States, back when there was slavery, they weren't equal citizens. I saw that, Wesley. I saw that. Hi, Wesley. I have no idea what Cody's going on about. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not that, I mean, I don't know if we need extra explicit law queue, it's that we have extra explicit law. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just as you might say, well, couldn't American states just allow people to have guns? Why do they need extra constitutional law to make it, you know, constitutionally that they have to be allowed to have guns? Well, it's not like they need it, but they have it, and that makes it a lot more difficult to change that particular law. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 and 5. Oh, this is not right. So the first one is pass forward. So the first one is the gate, Wesley. So first we have the sticky piston. Five. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Because after the Treaty of Waitangi, Q, the colonial government of New Zealand did actually try to. Well, they didn't try. They actually did illegally confiscated land from the Maori, right? So, but that was in violation of the Treaty of Waitangi. But they did it anyway because colonialism. But then decades later, because the Treaty of Waitangi is the treaty that is the founding document of the country, the Maori tribes could go back to court to claim compensation for the illegal confiscation of land, of their tribal lands. So the fact that there is the treaty protection means that like this sort of stuff can be reversed or it can be resolved. Or that, like, there's a legal mechanism to resolve this stuff. Whereas, again, going back to the United States, if we consider, you know, in the past how the Americans confiscated land from the Native Americans, like, there's no. How are the Native Americans ever going to get anything back from that? They're not, because the laws do not have any mechanism for them to relitigate the things that were taken from them at that time. So I think down here, this is completely new, Wesley. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I think down here, the pass forward, we would actually. Does the switch? Does the switch activate downwards? Like if I do that, and then I put that there, and then I put that there. What if I then put a slab? Oh, it does activate downwards, Wesley. Look at that. Let me put that back. So anyway, going back to what I'm saying. So for several decades now, we have had a history of Maori tribes successfully making claims against historic confiscation of land and getting stuff back. And so in the minds of New Zealanders, like the notion that like white supremacy is something that we have already agreed is incorrect and unlawful and wrong, right? Because we have already spent decades litigating that stuff and discussing that stuff publicly. I think that's the point I was trying to make. It's a complicated point because I have to explain a lot of history. And then 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the key issue is like, how does a society think about issues of race and distribution of wealth? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then above here, oh, that's not meant to be there, that's meant to be here. The glass needs to, I mean, we don't actually need to break the glass because no, we can't, because if I do that and that, oh, it doesn't activate that. That's weird. But like all of that is very academic, right? What really matters is what people do when they encounter racism. Like when it happens, what is their like immediate response? And what do they do about it? That's the important thing. Remove that, and then I might just put in all the trapdoors now, Wesley, because I'm finding this kind of complicated going back and forth. Let's see, switch is there. And if we, no, this is super complicated, do that, and then that there, and that, oh, I need to put the cart in here. Oh, I reset it without. Hey, I killed the signal. Hold on. Alright, we put that back. How you doing, Wesley? Is everything good where you are? Let me just check what you're doing. Oh yeah, that's right, because you're okay. You're far enough ahead that it doesn't affect you. I'm gonna put in all the trapdoors, and then That makes things a lot easier. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I just realized I can't see where to put the trapdoors in from above. Making this up as we go. Anyway, so the fallout so far is that we're gonna ban guns. We're gonna ban semi-automatic guns. And then we'll see what else we do after that. Trapdoor. Q, can you figure out what Cody was trying to say? Because I honestly can't quite figure out what he was trying to say. That there, and that. Alright, let me go back. Well, maybe I don't put in the trapdoors. Maybe I just put in the trapdoors and the switches at the end at the same time. Iron. I'm missing something. Iron. Can't quite figure out what though. One, two, three, 4, and 5. Q says, I think he was saying it's dangerous to think that one's own country is immune to this type of problem, as you thought you were saying, because of the increased globalization of the spread of dangerous ideas like white supremacy. No, but I mean, clearly we're not immune because we just got hit, right? Q says, and that before you know it, your own country does have the problem as a common happening, but that doesn't follow. The fact that one incident happened, it doesn't naturally follow that it will become common. And I was explaining why I don't think it will become common, because our culture is not susceptible